the art engineer. It's happy hour, right? Forget what you've heard, it's happy hour. Still, the show must go on. But in all seriousness, it's very serious. Stay home if you can. It's really scary. I just read it, like everybody else, the headlines. Making decisions who we save or not save. So let's not get there. Let's send for ourselves. If you're alone, if you're not alone, who cares? Let's make some art or something. So, having said that, let's make something. Alright, I'll play the music. Since we've been cloistered, I think I've been wanting to make art about nature, kind of landscape, which I always do anyway. But I want to make a landscape too, so I have a bunch of books as usual, which are landscapes already, but I want to and my nature and landscape, which I always do anyway. But I want to make a landscape too, so say loud as usual. Again, it's not home, stay home, prepare. Alright, and bazaars, and I'm singing my timeline for lives. I want to stick around, so I have a bunch of this.
I said I wanted landscapes, but that's a cool face. This one's okay, I said landscape, but now I'm being drawn to faces and bodies. So I'm still getting up in the morning, I'm still doing my hair, or trying to. I'm still dressing up, wearing my jewelry, you know, because you gotta keep going and you can't get in a slump. So making art is part of that, right? Or for me anyway. You can make it part of your daily life too. Oh, here we go. Nice. Alright, cool. I think I have something to start with. That's kind of cool, right? I'm telling you, these fashion magazines are amazing, but there's just so much you can do because it's already so beautiful. But let me start with this. Beautiful person. So how are you holding up? I'm lucky, I get to be quarantined with my husband, so we're hanging out, doing projects as he works. We get to do this. He's the cameraman, so it's kind of cool. But if you're alone, you know, same thing. What are you doing? Reading? Are you working out? I'm trying to work out. Vanity might save the day after all. Gee, I'm already starting to sweat. It's kind of cold today. It's really weird. It was like 80 degrees 2 days ago. Now it's 30 degrees. And then it might snow. Actually, that might have changed, but. So I said I wanted to do a landscape because I'm cutting her body out. Her body is a landscape, right? Try to avoid faces, so the face isn't all that important. So once you add a face, you add a personality. And just to put fun. And then I have my Time Life books here. Alright, where should we go? Hawaii? The Grand Canyon? I do want to go to Hawaii, but let me go to the Grand Canyon first. And I've been talking to people, and that's what I've been telling them. Like every night, in my head, I go back to the places that we've been to and reminisce, because, you know, the good times will be back. Yeah, let's go. So I've been thinking a lot about Mexico and Cancun. There was an amazing hotel there that was really pretty. I really loved. So that's where I want to go to as soon as this is all over. All right, so I'm using my CD as my template to do something here. So I might not use the figure, but she's cool. Where do you want to go first? After all this is over, we can go and we can hug. We were supposed to go to Paris this summer, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. But that's okay. That's okay. All right, so I'm using these fun backings again, just from comic books because they're small and in an ideal world I can sell them cheaply. So let's continue that. I'm really bad at using rulers. I just say. So look how interesting. This is just from one picture, but already this is kind of a neat, something really cool's happening. So it's just, it doesn't matter how many things you have, but what you do with what you have. So it sounds like really good advice, right? So I might not need to do all that much here to get somewhere beautiful. So I found this is cool. I have my that's cool. So yesterday I was also cutting these squares. I was meditating on color, right? Because when you look at a magazine and you see like, oh, this is green or this is blue, but there's so many shades and so many hues, right? So I was playing with that idea. Yesterday I was cutting these squares thinking I could do something kind of fun by creating a pink environment. But look at all the different shades of pink, right? This is from a fish, this is from a tenderloin. But you get the idea. This is like from a dress, but they're all different shades of pink. And I did one of green, which is kind of cool. And I also did some in blue, and I'm thinking maybe that could be the background to this. Now I hate things that are, not that I hate, but I'm just not good at making things on a grid or anything that requires math or precision. Not my cup of tea. So these little squares, we can play with them and see what happens. They don't have to be perfect, right? Or not, I don't know. Yesterday I was on Facebook, and one of my brother's friends had a party on Facebook groups, and it was really fun, and he was showing off all of his clothes, which is really cool because, I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? Let's just wear all our clothes, all that stuff that you didn't have anywhere to wear it to, wear it at home. Okay, so I didn't like that. So let's keep playing. Let's keep searching. I saw a meme that someone posted about someone being really upset because they realized that their plants in the office were gonna die. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if it didn't die and if it just took over the whole office and you got back to your office and it was a whole jungle? It might happen. Weird things have happened. Alright, this is cool. This is kind of dark. So like I've said before, I don't like to think about it too much because if I think about it, then I'll never make a decision. So let me just commit to this guy. Kind of reminds me of Sinead O'Connor. Something's happening here. Oh, this is the one that I did yesterday. Right, put all of the blues together and kind of made a pattern. I don't like it as is, might be cool, but maybe as a background to something might be cool. So I'll play with that more later. Alright, let's see what this Portraits of Dylan. Let's go to Dylan. So these are all books that I've collected from thrift shops. Yeah, I'm really missing the beach right now. Strand. I hope Strand survives. Alright, back from here for this. So this is one of my favorite places in LA. Have you ever been? The Huntington Library. I found this at thrift shop and it was on the Huntington Library. It's like a museum, garden, library, and they have an amazing collection of plants. They have the biggest flower in the world and it smells really bad every few years. It's really nice. But yeah, it's a great space. I don't want to cut this up, but a great place to visit if you're in LA at some point. The stars, yes. Alright, this is going to be good. It's so fun to see all these things that are happening on Instagram. All these little projects and memes, and it's gonna keep us together a little bit. I think. Let me lower this a little bit. It's a little sad. I love sad music, but right now, je ne sais pas. Probably really sad, but it's beautiful, so let's listen to it. Oh, and here we go. So this is something. Just gonna cut a sliver off there. So it's completely different for everybody, this experience, right? Well, most experiences are, but I know everyone's panicking where they are, but it's a different type of panic than it is here in New York, than it is in LA. It's very specific to where you are. But we're here, and we're gonna be here. So I really like this flower going on over here, but it's a warm color. So the thing to make it a really good image, or even putting your wardrobe together or anything, is contrast, right? So this is too similar to this is too similar to this, so it kind of fades away. So it's nicer if it's more of a contrast. So if this is warm, the opposite would be something cool. So let's look for something cool as far as colors, like blue, greens. So let's see if we have blue-green flowers somewhere. Indonesia, there we go, that's where we should go. Africa. The world is huge, and it's never felt smaller than now, huh? Let's enjoy this. Okay. That's beautiful. But I don't think I'm gonna find flowers. This is really fun. I found this in Palm Springs. Arnold's Bodyguard Bodybuilding for Men. I've done some fun collages from here. I always love finding books with inscriptions in it. So sad. And I love it's so 70s, and it's also like a brown guy. You never see like brown men in any of these things. Okay, so maybe not a flower. Maybe we'll use one of these images. Or not. I don't think it'll fit. I don't want to waste an image. It's a fun scavenger hunt, you know. This is a fun book too. This has some really fun images on tennis. How to hold a tennis racket. I've done some fun collages from it too. But what I loved was that there's some images of like an older gentleman. You never see older people in print or in like magazines. So let's see if we could use him, incorporate him. This is a beautiful band. I don't know the name of the band. I know it means airplane in Thailand, in Thai. They're from Texas, but everything they do is so beautiful and melancholic. So bizarre. But yeah, let's do something with this. I'm using my skull ring today. Not because I'm sad or particularly dark, but in symbolism, Mexican and in other parts of the world, the skull represents life, right? To remind us that life is fleeting and enjoy it no matter what. So I thought it was appropriate. Oh, I broke his little leg. It's okay. It happens. It's just paper. But I love that he has 4 hands. He's representing movement. So the older the paper gets, the more it disintegrates. So it's a little rough around the edges, which we can work with. There's a little shoe. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I like that. See? And no one's none the wiser about not having a foot. Let me see if I can do anything else to make it look a little bit more seamless. Here. I'm gonna commit to this man. Ration these because I don't want to run out. Alright, it's kind of a good idea. We have all of these cardboards left from a bunch of Amazon orders that we're still doing. My husband and I started doing a sculpture. I'll share that with you once it's more appealing visually. Okay, this is going somewhere. I'm always surprised because I never know where I'm gonna go with this stuff, you know? But I have faith. Oh, I love it. So bear with, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Some of them, not all of them, because actually it is kind of meditative, right? To watch someone do something repetitive and you just kind of zen out. So watch me do this. So this is all from my hole puncher. So if you have one at home, use it for art. But why would you have one, right? There are not many people use them anymore. If you have kids, another thing you can do is you don't need magazines or anything. You can just draw on anything, paper, white paper, not paper, and then just cut them out. So if you have a tree, draw a tree, cut it out. If you want to do another tree, cut that out. And then you can collage a forest from your drawings. The whole thing is trying new things, right? I think maybe that's what this is all about. We're trying new things. No, maybe not. Fine, don't try new things. That was gratifying. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay, maybe a few more elements. What do you want? Per usual, you know, a flower is always a home run when it comes to collaging or something, but that's pretty special. This is a fun one I found. Look at that cover. Isn't that lovely? Look at those colors. It's the Great Cities. Tokyo. Have you been? I've never been. I want to go. Oh, it's so beautiful. So many beautiful things that you don't want to destroy. Or not destroy. Because we're not destroying, we're creating, right? This is kind of cool. So again, I'm looking for color, something contrasting that will catch my eye. But then I happen to see this, which is part of the sky, or the space. for now. The Caribbean. Okay, I think I know what I want. I just want a piece of sky. Just a piece of sky. Or not. So I am doing a podcast. My next podcast is going to be about, for artists, about offering and asking, right? The ask and the offer, meaning we're artists and these are tough times, right? It's going to be tougher. So we have to learn how to ask. We have to learn how to put ourselves out there and be like, look, I make this. This might make you happy. So buy it and keep it and keep me going. But people don't know that. So we have to stipulate these things. We have to verbalize these things. So my podcast is going to be about how to do that. It comes out Tuesday. And the cover is going to be by an artist yet to be determined. So this is my collage for this happy hour. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next weekend. Stay safe and be well. Thanks. Okay, I can stop recording.